fractured thumb. And Nick Naitanui goes up against big boy McEvoy for the opening bounce. And it's Nick Nat, and then McEvoy, and then Nick Nat if you like. Picked up and kicked forward by Shuey, inside 50. Up it goes, Darling gets one in the back. Umpire said play on, and away goes. CJ with the first handball of the game for the Hawks. Look at him go! Wow! Bang, straight through. The champion from the West Coast Eagles comes in and does what Dom Sheed didn't do on that day. Justice coming through there for CJ, and that's gone over the line, out of bounds on the full. So it's coming back the other way. Frost kicks it out of bounds.
Trademark stutter steps. Looks pretty good off the boot. 2 miracles in a row. Wow.
Hawks claiming that it may have just hit the post, but I mean, if that wasn't to go out of bounds, it was probably going to be play on, as it probably wasn't the 15 metres to start with.
Well, Frosty was on fire last week, coming through the middle of the ground. He hit a couple of targets, and unfortunately, with his first kick this week, he's fluffed it. But does it hit the post? Hard to see from that angle.
And Kelly chase onto it. Great attack of the ball there by Hardwick. Comes back down to Shuey, who kicks inside 50. It's all Eagles. Darling picks it up, looks around, handballs inside. Cripps, Kelly, goal. No.
So sort of failed them to a degree in recent times.
So Scrimshaw kicks to the pocket, but they'll wake up for that one.
Ryan got climbed, but he couldn't bring the mark down. Morrison back to a hot spot. And this time, back towards the wing, and they're out. Ryan can go. Looks up. Who does he want? Heads long. Kennedy's his target. Beautiful pass, but he dropped the mark. Tried to paddle it out to Darling. He's got Cripps. Darling, Cripps gets there. Did he get a toe on it? Not through.
It's coming back over his head, though, as Gaff. High up and under. Good luck marking that one. Up goes Ryan!
Get an easy shot at the...
Number one at the club for score involvements in a game this season so far, averaging 5.1. He'll do it himself this time, and he'll put it right through the middle. Liam Ryan, you star.
He doesn't know whether he's going or not, but the general rule is if your opponent flies, you've got to go with him. And he's just so strong above head, but the leap as well, he's as high as the key forwards, Oscar Allen. But even better than that, his ability to go back and capitalise on such a good grab.
He just judged it the best. And Ryan gets a snag.
Connor Glass, over the top he goes with the handball. The two Irishmen combining. Connor Nash to full forward position. Hearn almost grabbed high. Yes, he was, says the umpire.
And that's the kick we're talking about, Del.
He's just deck. Hearn was waiting for it. Blasted 50. And found his target. So Darling comes up to the wing to take the mark. And 50, so he's not only got the ball, he's got to have a shot from 40.
I think that might have been Connor Glass running through there.
The West Coast Eagles kicking some big scores again after starting the season slowly. That should work its way back. Post.
Term. And Dom Sheed, you could look at that. He's a shocker.
Gee.
McGovern did beautifully to take the mark because, as you can see, the Hawks had a little bit of concern at the moment down here for the Hawks. So Nelson kicks to Nick Naitanui, who does some party tricks. Kennedy almost drags it in. For all, he did a pretty good job getting the body on body. Jath picks it up. He's caught. Ball it up. And a bit of work on his hand as well. So Kennedy almost dragging that one in. Impey got away with one, not the second one, and he is dragged down. And the first gamer gets his first kick, Nick Reed. And it's a nice one to the top of the square. Run! So Liam Ryan comes in. 15 metres out. And puts it through. Gave the umpire some work, just add to the theatre.
To a dangerous position. But this pressure, this has been the hallmark of their game for a couple of years. Yes, they're fantastic with ball in hand, disciplined. And once again, Ryan flying pretty much unattended.
Nick Reed actually looks a little bit like former Eagles Phil
through the traffic. Seconds tick down on Hawthorn to half forward. Crunched away. Nelson in the hole. Stands there. Gathered. Brilliant effort. McAvoy on the other side of the circle. Up they fly to start the second term. Down. Perfect palm down. Didn't quite work. Redden couldn't get away with it. Archie. Ryan paddles it back out. Kelly. Gaff. Spread well into the space. Sits it up. Ryan might not get a chance to jump. He won't. Allen tried to get there late. O'Meara attacks it. Hardwick caught. Gang tackled. No prior.
Good play by the young player in Will Day. Skipper gets into a bit of trouble. It's picked up and kicked forward by Nelson, and a mark has been taken by Oscar Allen. He comes in and sticks it right through the middle. And we're watching a bit of a masterclass at the moment as the West Coast Eagles get into
Their defence again is, you see Tom Mitchell, the handball's over the top, but look at these two players come forward to pressure. Just when you think you've got a moment of space, Ben Stratton just gets closed down, and it just disrupts your defence behind the footy because you don't have time to set up.
Ruck this time. Scrimshaw in that congestion again. Frost put his head down, ducked, the umpire said, so wasn't going to cut him any slack. Shields long, and this time Gunston takes the mark, and he's within range probably if he cranks it just right. He goes with a short pass. Morrison plays on, wastes no time for their opener. It's their opening score at least. Gaining ground, gets his own ball back. O'Meara to the square, a one-on-one. Numbers Barrett's got there with the fierce.
Is there a free kick in that?
I think they're grabbing each other.
Poor Sean Burgoyne, man, twice my size.
Naitanui in the ruck, stolen out of it. Oh, Shields kicks it around the body, and he might have grabbed it. He has. They get their opener.
Effective clearances right now are well in favour of the Hawks. 9-4. And they have done as well as any side against the West Coast Eagles in the actual clearance. It's the possessions that have followed that have been...
Allen does it beautifully, though. Stands his ground, hits it down. Morrison grabbed high, no, says the umpire. Allen goes again. Quick kick, and Archie takes the mark. Archie high up and under. Where's Kennedy? At the back, he falls over Starling. There's Kennedy. He split the pack. And
you got Darling, you got Kennedy and Flying Ryan at their feet.
So for the quick reply, in comes Darling from point-blank range and splits the middle.
We go back to the centre square bounce.
And look at the recovery on Oscar Allen. He gets off the ground, Indian rubber man, and that's the reason they win the ball. He gets up, he's involved. Then it's the long kick. And they're happy because the Hawks barrel each other, and it's a soft kick.
The Three Stooges.
When Frost runs through the middle of the ground, this is what they've been looking for. Now Glass goes long and strong up to the half-forward flank position. Wingard takes the mark. Wingard on the left foot. It's a ripping kick. That is magnificent football by the Hawks. And Burgoyne will line up to kick his 258th goal. Bang! Straight through. Make that
Under the arm, things just start to open up for the Hawks. They haven't had many looks like this today. Wingard gets involved, and often when he's involved, good things happen. See Sean Burgoyne at the bottom of the screen. He knows where the dangerous space is. Wingard identifies it as well.
So 298 games of Burgoyne, that was his 298th goal. Beautiful bit of play, though, for the Hawks.
Yeah, well, the beauty was that Frost actually took superb too with his control.
And he goes with the bullet pass instead. Precision ball movement to Kennedy. In opposition to him at the moment as well. Tom Hawkins has never won one. And he can't bring that back.
Now he's called to play on, and that's where he kicks it. Right, now it's O'Brien's turn. Almost marks it. Mitchell front and square, and he's just overhooked it through for a behind.
McGovern has had his injury concerns this year, but he looks like he's right back.
Around, will it come off? It does for the Hawks now, and Wingard takes the mark and could line up from 45. So they had plenty of time to get it out, the Eagles. They're probably trying to be a little bit too precise in the end. And Wingard turns it over.
Still in there. Still a chance. Tackle late on Reid.
So Darling just doing it beautifully. It'd be nice and odd if it was 1919. Different flu back then. CJ, handballs beautifully. Hardwick intercepted. Great play by Cole. Gets his own ball back. Handballs forward. Darling, can he run in the open goal? He does. He gives it across to Cripps. Goal to the Eagles. They punish and punish hard.
But it was a great intercept. Let's give the Raptor where it started, and that was Cole. Reid flicked it back, and handball wasn't superb, but the pressure was not there. And an easy goal to Jamie Cripps. Reid just wants to know how long this is.
They don't mind a ball in when Nat Nui is lurking. Straight down to Cripps.
Do a lot of research on the hit zones, and he was first there.
That's it.
Sicily played on out of bounds, so that's a ball in. You don't hear that called often. Lucky they didn't call it in the Carlton game.
How about we just leave that there, Dwayne? Because
So, where was the ball? Was it on the ground? Reset the kick. Yeah, reset the kick. Reset. Damien, take the kick again.
the first half.
Little flick back, Nat Nui. Well read by Mitchell. Hawks get it to half forward inside a minute. Gunston heads goal square. Race on. Can Impey get there? McGovern's in front. Ugly bounce. McGovern knocks it down. And a slowly, tantalisingly